The Heroes Appreciation Breakfast takes place November 4th from 9 to 10:30 a.m., hosted by West Bloomfield Parks in collaboration with West Bloomfield Township and the West Bloomfield School District and the Public Library. And the event is held at West Bloomfield Middle School and honors the dedication and sacrifices of both veterans and their families, giving thanks to heroes past and present. Here to give us a sneak peek of this year's event is the Senior Services Manager for West Bloomfield Parks, Bernadette Hudgins. Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. So glad to be here to join you.
Absolutely glad to have you with us as well. Really looking forward to the Heroes Breakfast coming up soon. It's one of the biggest events with West Bloomfield Parks that takes place every single year. How long has this event been going on, and what does it mean to West Bloomfield Parks?
I'd say a little over 10 years. This program has been a program that is one of those things that is a staple in the community. It is an event that we have a lot of great support because people want to honor our veterans. I mean, honestly, we think about the freedoms that we have here in our great country. It is because of the sacrifices and dedication of our veterans. So we are happy to take this opportunity as a token to show them our appreciation.
That's absolutely right. And of course, it's not just West Bloomfield Parks who helps to put this together, as we mentioned.
Yes.
There's a ton of partnerships that help make this event possible. It's almost like the Avengers, everyone teaming up. You got the West Bloomfield Township, the school district, the public library, everybody. How does that enhance the event's mission?
Well, I think that it really helps to show the community that this is something that is not just honored and appreciated by the WB Parks, but by the community partners who are serving them on a day-to-day basis. So I think, and I love the fact that not only this event could not happen without the wonderful sponsors that we have, Seniors Benefit Plus, for example. They support us year after year. And so these are this program, I should say, is so important and so valued, and it just creates that space to say, hey, we thank you. And we're excited this year because we had the hometown singers, but then we also have some local musicians, and that will be the middle school. They will be performing our veterans out at the end of the session. So we're really excited about this year's event. And we also have some donations from Mission Barbecue. So we're really excited about this event and looking forward to being able to gather our seniors, all of our veterans to acknowledge this important season as we go into Veterans Day.
That's right, and it's going to be a very moving ceremony for all of the veterans that are there. And
Yes.
every Heroes Breakfast, I'm sure no two Heroes Breakfasts have been exactly the same. What new features or enhancements are being introduced this year compared to past years?
Well, one of the things that every year, our goal is always to make it more seamless, make it more efficient. And so in the past, we've had photographers, we're actually doing our own photo booth, and we have it set up so that folks can take their photos, go into their event, walk out, have their names on their badge, their pictures, they can walk out. We also, like I said, we had a donation from Mission Barbecue, and they're donating a Tiffany casserole. So that will be a new addition. And we have all of our wonderful volunteers who play a key role in making this event happen so that we can serve almost 200 folks that come out. And we also have a process that is easier for them to check in, and we have a special guest from Selfish Air Base. So we're really excited about this event. But I will tell you, this is a well-oiled machine because we've been doing it. The processes and how we do it is great. And so we do have our fire chief, our fire chaplain, Tim Hoserland, who will be doing our invocation. We have a wonderful MC, Al Muskovitz. So if you watch the news or know anything about sports, or even have been around for a while, Big Al is going to be our MC. And then we have one of our fire chiefs will also be our MC. So will be one of our folks who will be doing some speaking as well. So I think we have some really great things going, and we're excited about the event this year.
You absolutely should be excited. It sounds like you've got a great lineup of speakers and entertainers for the program. How do you select who speaks and entertains for the program, and what qualities do you tend to look for in those people?
I think one of the qualities first, we want them to understand the veteran experience. So if they are not a veteran, that they've interacted and engaged, because again, this is to honor our veterans. So we want to make sure that we are having presenters who can speak to their challenges, who can speak to how important that they are. So that's really important for us. And then also making sure that we are trying to find local veterans or people who are currently serving, so that we can make sure that we are taking into consideration some of the challenges that people may experience just living in and also the wins that people may have living in our community or near our community.
For those just joining us on the Splash Live, I'm talking with Bernadette Hudgins, the Senior Services Manager for West Bloomfield Parks, who's giving us some insight on this year's Heroes Appreciation Breakfast that is going to be taking place on November 4th. Now, as we've said, this event is open to everybody, not just veterans, but non-veterans as well. How do you balance honoring veterans while also including non-veterans, and what's the significance of making it open to all?
Well, I think it's important as we think about honoring our veterans that again that they know that it's not just our community partners, right? So anyone who is not a veteran and they're not coming as a gift, the fee is nominal, $15 for a breakfast, and most of us spend more than that going to brunch. So $15 is a nominal fee, but all of our veterans, and again, you don't have to be a West Bloomfield veteran to come. So you go on to our wbparks.org website, you can go and look for the registration, and you can register, and every veteran is able to bring one free guest. So again, it's a great event. The tickets go fast, so we encourage people, go ahead and get that registration going so that we can make sure that we're ready and prepared for you. And it's going to be an exciting event.
Sounds like it, and I hope that there are a lot of veterans that end up making their way over to West Bloomfield Middle School to celebrate this event. And as this has been going on for a few years, I'm curious, what has the response been from the veterans who attend, especially the ones that have come back every year? And are there particular moments that really resonate the most with them?
I would say yes. So first of all, this is a very important event, and our seniors, the feedback has been very positive. They enjoy it, they respect it, and they look for it. And so, we are always thinking about how to make things better and greater. And we receive feedback. Last year, we happened to have it on a Saturday, and we received feedback that there was a preference because of our Jewish veterans would like it to be on a weekday. So we were able to work with the school, and because the day of voting is a day that we know automatically that the children are not there or will be leaving, we can make sure that the space is open. So, and it was a question of, wow, you're having this event on the day of voting. And I would say, as we think about one of the wonderful things that our veterans fought for, and that's for our democracy. So having it on the day of voting, I think, is a way to also commemorate one of the key things that they fought for in regards to our freedom. So it's going to be a great event. And the wonderful thing about it is that it's just for a few hours. So again, it's not the whole day. You come in, enjoy some music, along with great speakers and a tasty breakfast. I say that our school children are eating really well because the cooks and the culinary staff there at the West Bloomfield Middle School, their breakfasts are bar none the best. I know that I've enjoyed.
That's great to hear. And that's very interesting to hear the thought process in terms of choosing the day. And it makes a lot of sense. It's a day that everybody is thinking about our country. And of course, that means it's a day we're thinking about our veterans. So it all makes sense. I think that that is a great decision. I got a couple more questions before we wrap things up, Bernadette. What would you say this event means to the families of veterans and their service members? And how would you say this impacts them specifically?
I love that question because I think it speaks to how honored and appreciative that they have that we have an event like this that they can say, not only do I care about my veteran, but there is a level of respect and honor, and also we appreciate the family members because if you are a family member of a veteran, there is sacrifice there's sacrifice that you would have made that otherwise other people may not have experienced. So you've given up a lot as a family member of a veteran, whether you are a child or even a grandchild, because there are stories and also experiences that they may have that impact them today.
That's absolutely right. It's important that these stories are preserved, and it's great that this is going to be an amazing event to help tell those stories and to celebrate these veterans for everything that they've done. Last question, Bernadette. Looking ahead, how would you like the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast to evolve or expand in the future?
I think we're constantly thinking about how to make the program better. And so I think last year we had a video that was done. So I'm really hoping in the future that we can do some things more with the students to be able to engage veterans who may not only show up, but also just to make sure that we take into account people's stories, people's experiences. And it's always wonderful to hear a speaker, but it's something that is to be said about a person and real. A person who may just be a regular guest and may not have been a corporal or a sergeant, but as a private who have had experiences. So I think thinking about how we can continue to engage our participants in the program. I think that's one of the things that I'd like to add as I think about what this program, broadening and having it grow in the future.
Well, we can't wait to see what's to come with this year's event and for everybody to be celebrating all of this fun on November 4th. Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us today here on The Splash Live.
My pleasure, and anytime.